June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and an interesting statistic is that men take their lives 4 times more than women, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, why is it, do you think, that men's mental health is not hyped as much as other social movements?
I mean, man, we can talk about this the entire day. First off, let's say there's a guy sitting there, he's crying. People are going to walk past him and be like, oh, weirdo. Oh, creep.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed,
Yes.
so are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? And unfortunately, that's just, I mean, everybody pushes for equality.
Yeah.
But once again, it's not there. Like Andrew Tate also says, listen, I agree that there should be equality,
Yes.
but not in the workplace, not in certain spaces.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if there's a war breaking out, who are you going to send?
The men.
Your equal women or the men?
The men.
And it's the same. It's like he said, God created 2 halves of a whole.
Yes.
We need each other to fill the voids, right? So I don't know, man. If you see a guy sitting there crying, I mean, I honestly think like 98%, maybe 99% of people will just walk past him and think,
Yes.
listen, you're a creep.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be a vet, or it can be whatever. It can be one of the smartest men alive.
Irrespective of the social status, he's going to be ignored, right? Because why are you as a man? You're not supposed, and this is where I'm kind of have mixed feelings, because on the one hand, I do believe that as a man, you should do what you need to do, irrespective of how you feel. But at the same time, we are all humans. We all have breaking points. So no matter what your attitude towards that whole, you should work irrespective of how you feel is, we all reach a certain breaking point. And I think when men reach that breaking point, it's like, it's swept under the rug and it's not given that much attention. But if a woman reaches a breaking point, everyone's there to support her, right?
That's it, right? Let's be honest. We've all been at the breaking point.
Multiple times.
And what's your first thought as a man? It's, listen, I can't cry about it. Who's going to care?
Nobody.
Unfortunately, that's the thought process of men. And I know a lot of you are going to comment, but that's not how it is. But unfortunately, it is, because you feel undervalued, you feel underappreciated when you when you cry, when you do whatever. So honestly, I think that's one of the main reasons for that high statistic.
It makes complete sense. And I think what plays a big role in, and it kind of surprises me that there is something like a men's mental health awareness. Surprisingly, in this society, it's much easier, and we've discussed this in previous podcast episodes where we said that, unfortunately for the modern female, it is much easier to make a success of your life than it is for the modern male. And I think that that's such a big role player in what we're seeing these days, because a lot of men, they feel like they're doing their best, but yet they're not seeing the results. What advice would you give to them if you are in that position?
I mean, I am in that position. So for the rest of you, for you as well, I mean, honestly, just keep going. What's the point of working, let's say like us, for 4 years on something and, just leaving it, just giving up? We didn't see any results, so we're just dropping it. It just keeps reminding me on that miner meme where he's so close to the diamonds and he turned back. Honestly, if you love what you're doing, keep going. If you don't love what you're doing, find something else.
That's where a lot of people make a mistake. I think it's the thing of you're not always going to feel motivated. You're not always going to have a passion for what you're doing. But at the same time, if you feel like you have this gut feeling in you that you need to stick with this one thing and you need to continue, irrespective of how many failures you reach, you should keep going. That is the simplest thing that you can do.
I mean, jack of all trades, master of none. Be a master. Master something. What's that saying? I think they say it takes 10,000 hours to master something.
Yes.
Put in your 10,000 hours on whatever you want to do. If you love teaching, I always use teaching. Put your 10,000 hours in. Be the best teacher you can possibly be. If you want to be a YouTuber, be the best YouTuber you can possibly be.
I mean, we've all been in that position. I think also a lot of men also, they try and 5 or 6 things at once, and we've personally found that doesn't work. If you actually put your time into, and I think too is also too, I think you should do one thing. If you really master one thing first, and then you can expand from there on.
See, the problem is like all these gurus that say, listen, you can make money like this, you can make money like this, they're not wrong. You actually can.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, you can. But what they're not telling you is you are supposed to master one, so you get money, so you get funds to do the other. Let's say, for example, you do a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You get to 500k subs, you make bankroll. Now you don't have to edit your own videos.
Yeah.
You don't have to record your own videos. Basically, just speak. Everyone does their job for you.
Yeah.
And that gives you more time, more opportunity to venture into other side hustles. But unfortunately, these gurus don't tell you that. So basically, you want to do YouTube, but you have to edit the videos.
Yes.
You have to do all of the thumbnails.
And I mean, editing sounds easy.
It's not.
It takes forever.
Yes.
And then you wasted, let's say, 3 hours on editing, an hour on recording. That's 4 hours of your day. You still have to make the thumbnail. You still have to do a decent SEO, so your description, your tags.
Yes.
And obviously, it's going to be rushed if you do everything in 5 hours, because you still have to do other stuff. So you rush this as soon as possible.
Yes.
And now I'm going to my drop shipping. Great. I created my website.
Yeah.
Okay, I've done this for the day.
Yeah.
But obviously now you can't put everything into that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the other example. You've got money from your YouTube channel. Okay, you pay an editor, you pay a SEO specialist, you pay someone to create your thumbnail.
All you do is record.
In the 5 hours that we mentioned in the previous example, it's only 4 hours. Well,
It's 1 hour. Yeah.
now you move over to your drop shipping. You paid someone to set up that drop shipping site. You paid someone to do a SEO on that drop shipping. Okay, now it's just another hour. That's 2 hours against the 10 hours.
Yes.
Let's go to trading. Now you can buy a bot. First off, I don't recommend it.
No, I would know.
You can actually put in your time. But I mean, let's say you did 10 hours in the previous example.
And you bought, but you have more time to spend on that, though. That's the thing.
So let's take example one, right? The average trying to do everything. You put 5 hours into YouTube, 5 hours into your drop shipping.
Yes.
Now I've got 1 hour to work on something else. Let's take forex trading, right?
Yes.
Or 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. The second example, you pay for stuff, you use 2 hours of your time
Yes.
with the drop shipping on YouTube, and the rest of your day, 10 hours a day, you can spend on forex.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see where it gets complicated.
And it's all about, I do think still, that's why we say, master one thing, ensure that you make enough income from that one thing, because you can use that income, automate that whole thing, so that you only have to, for example, record a video. You don't do any post-production, don't do the thumbnail, nothing. It's uploaded for you. You take that money, you invest it into something else, which you automate, and then it's a continuous cycle. But I think most people, the initial struggle is to get to that point where you can say that.
Getting out of the rat race.
Yes. The thing is that most people do not reach that stage where they've mastered one thing, they've completely automated it, now they can move on to the next thing. They try and do everything at once.
And the reason I mentioned this, right, back to topic, I promise it's part of the...
Yes. No, it does. It's definitely.
The reason I mention it's I feel men tend to feel like they are supposed to be the caretaker. Even though we live in a society where it's much more equal than it used to be.
Yep.
It's, women have great jobs, women get paid a lot of money. I mean, there's still this need, this instinctive need to be the caretaker, to be the, what's the actual word, breadwinner. And I honestly feel like if you lie in bed at night next to your wife, even though she's happy, and you think to yourself, like, listen, I paid all this debt this month, and now I still need to do this, and I still need to do this,
and I only have so much left, and
I think that's honestly a big factor to,
the crisis that we're in, because you're in a feeling that even though you're tired from working this much, you're still not seeing the results that you want.
And the other thing on that
Yeah.
on that note, right, is except for the fact that we feel like we need to provide for everything. Let's say you're single. You feel like you need $1 million in your bank account. You need a Ferrari. You need to be in good shape. And still, after all those stuff, a girl's going to tell you you're too short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like people always say, no, they've got it so difficult. Females got it so difficult. But I mean, it's hard to be a male. It's not easy. I mean, there's always a problem.
Yeah.
Your jawline is not smooth enough. You are too short.
Yeah.
You're not big enough. You don't have enough money.
Yeah.
I mean, money trumps everything. But at the end of the day, it's so much easier for a girl to get.
To that level that she wants to be than it is for a
And I'm
man.
not talking about financial success,
No,
but I feel to find love, it's much easier.
To be happy is much easier, I believe. It's much, much easier. I think we've pretty much touched base on everything that you need to know. But if you are a man and you are watching this and you are struggling, the simple piece of advice is just keep going. What else can you do, right? What else is there that you can't give up, because then you're going to feel even worse about yourself.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, if you're a man, even if you're a female, listen, if you're struggling with anything in life, go to our Discord, hit us up, join Power Vision.
Yeah.
We'll help you. We'll have one-on-one sessions with you.
100% free to join the Discord channel, by the way, and it's been revamped. We've had a few old ones here and there, but this one I think is the best to date. So make sure you go and join it. Link down below in the description. We'll make it the first link, second link, but it'll be at the top somewhere. Other than that, thank you very much for tuning in. Remember to appreciate the men around you and how hard they work to provide for you. We'll see you next time.